episode 66. Hello everyone and welcome to Wolff&Schafe podcast. My name is Magdalena and this is my little kitty co-host, our mascot, the Marat. Meow. We have a very rainy day today and honestly I'm happy I don't have to go out. I must say it's pretty rainy. Look here, this is my window. Yeah. Rainy. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I'm back from my holidays. After a break, I'm here again. And if you're a new viewer, this is a knitting, spinning, hand dyeing yarn, sewing, very crafty podcast in little town of Adliswil in Switzerland. And I live here with my husband Gleb and our 3-year-old son Stasio, and we come from Poland originally. What else? Yeah, you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry under my full name, which is Magdalena Wolff with double F, and my show notes appear here in the down bar, and helpful links can be found in the video description here on YouTube. We also have a Ravelry group, Wolff&Schafe podcast, and there you can find all of our knit-alongs and giveaways and stuff like that. And I can announce finally the winners of our Shawl Along 2017, and I was so excited today to draw the numbers for the winners. So since we have 3 prizes and we had quite a lot of participants for our standards, I just did it off screen, and I have everything written down here. So let's start with it, shall we? So first up we have the Winding Roads hat pattern by Emilie Björno. I hope I pronounced this right. And the number I've drawn is the post number 12. It's M's Little Nest, which is Emma from New Zealand. So congratulations, Emma. I hope you will enjoy this pattern. And yeah, she knitted 2 shawls. One was Broadway pattern and the other Just Enough Ruffles. You can check it out in our FO thread for Shawl Along 2017. Awesome! Next up is a pattern of your choosing, any pattern you like, from Patterns by Amanita, she's called Amanita, and her full name is Agata Mackiewicz, and she's my dear friend. So she generously offered any pattern from her designs, and I have drawn number 2, post number 2, which is Fibery Star. Her name is Esther and she's from Netherlands. So congratulations, Esther. Yeah, so for the prizes I will just for the patterns I will just contact Emilie and Agata and let them know that you've won. Of course. And Esther knitted a Changing Staircases shawl. So great, congratulations. And the third prize is by me. It's a skein of my hand-dyed yarn, and it goes to Jajuszka, I believe that's how I'm supposed to read it. And her name is Justyna, and she's from my country, from Poland. So congratulations, Justyna. She knitted a shawl of her own design, and yeah, I must tell you, it's been really, really awesome to follow the thread of all your wonderful shawls. To be honest, I would love to give a prize to everyone. It's just, yeah, I simply cannot afford it. But yeah, I had to go to random.org to decide for me. Anyway, Justina, you have these 3 skeins to choose from. So I will quickly explain about them. This one is Dusty Galaxy on my Belladonna base, which is merino nylon cashmere. It's a fingering weight yarn, or between fingering and sport weight. This is a solid colorway. This is Sakura, which means cherry in Japanese, and it's from my Japanese flowers collection. The base is Sigmund, which is merino, 100% merino, non-superwash. And this one, oh, did I say it's fingering weight? Okay. And this one is Black Cherry on my Lycos DK base. So this is DK weight yarn, and it's 100% superwash blue face Leicester. So please contact me and let me know which skein I should send you, and tell me your address. Congratulations to you all, to those who did not win. As I said, I wish I could send you all prizes. And yeah, this has been our shawl along. I've been shawling along with you, and I will show you my last project soon. Okay, so, oh yeah, so to Esther, I'm a bit, confused today because I had a break from podcasting. So to Fibery Star Esther, please let me know which of the patterns from Agatha you would like, and I will tell her to send it to you. I think it's the best way, I suppose. Anyway, now we could start with knitting. But as usual, I just need my sip of tea from my cup. See, I'm a bit all over the place. Oh yes, today I'm drinking my Rooibos vanilla tea, which I really, really like. So as for knitting, I have 2 finished objects! Yay! But they are not blocked. So I will show them to you again next week once they are blocked, because I believe, sorry, just making some space, because I believe they will look much better. But if you're curious, these are the socks for my husband, and they look a bit baggy because these are sock blockers for my size. So yeah, and I think they will grow a bit once I block them anyway. But yeah, I'm very happy with how they turned out. Can you see? So yeah, this is this yarn, and it's by Rusty Ferret on her doll base, and it's in Idiot Proof colorway, and it's just lovely. I really enjoyed knitting with this yarn. And this is Wollmeise Twin in the Hot Splits colorway, and I still have this much left because this was a really big skein of 150 grams, so I knitted a pair of socks, and I still have quite a lot after using it for these. And here I did the, oh yeah, the ends are not woven in yet. So I did the 2x2 ribbing, just regular, because I think it will look good. And I love how this pooling effect appeared here, because pooling, of course, the shape of it depends on the stitch you use. So here it looks just like kind of like stripes, and here you get these smudge. And yes, I like pooling. I have nothing against it whatsoever. And then I have a second finished object for you, and it's been my Shawling Along With You project. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, can you see? Can you see? I'm so pleased with this shawl. You have no idea, or maybe you have if you've done something like that recently. Anyway, I'm hoping it will look even better once I block it, and I hope to open all the lace. So this, the yarn that I used for this shawl, I have this much left, so it's just almost everything I had. I decided I don't have any more left for the next row and back. So this is how much I have left. And what needles did I use? I think it was 3.5, so US size 4. And yeah, the yarn is hand spun by me, and I somewhere had a tag. Yes, so from Fiber by Porpoise Fur, and it's been 100% Shetland wool in the Delta colorway. So as you can see, I kept the color sections because it was it was a top preparation, so it was this braid, and it had sections of color. So I decided to Navajo ply it, so make it 3-ply yarn, but this technique allows you to not to mix the colors. So because you ply from one bobbin to another, not from 3. So yeah, I'm very happy, and the pattern I just improvised. It's a very simple thing. It has this spine here in the middle, and then it has eyelets, and every place, after every section of color when it was changing, I just put the eyelets there. And here I just found some lace pattern on the net, and then I modified it slightly. It was just a free lace pattern, and I thought it would fit here. And this yarn is different because I did not have any more left, and I wanted to do the border. I hoped it would be a bit longer, to be honest, but I like it as it is anyway. And I realized I had, this is how much I have left from this, and I realized I had actually a skein. It was a little thing like 27 grams of my other hand spun, and this is 2-ply but similar in weight to my Shetland yarn. So I thought, why not? It fits. It's my hand spun as well, and it does fit this beautiful turquoise here. So yes, that's how it was. This yarn is less perfect than the colorful one, because it was my beginnings of learning how to spin. I spun this one on the spindle, so it's a bit more uneven here and there, but still I think it looks good. So very excited about this project. It just flew off my needles. It was amazing. I will just put it here. Alright, and I'm very excited about to see how it will block, because yeah, it will look even better. What else should I talk about? Oh yeah, I had an almost finished object, but I won't ever show it to you since I frogged it. I know, it's sad, and it's my long-term brioche project. I already cried about it on Instagram, so if you follow me, you probably know about it. But yeah, my Brioche Basics scarf by Susanne Sommer. I did not feel I liked this project while I was knitting. It's nothing to do with the pattern. It's the pattern is excellent. I always say that, but it is. It's just I felt I did not choose the right yarn, maybe, and also I was a bit stressed about the brioche decreases and increases. So I don't know. It just did not feel fun when I was working on it, so I just wanted to finish it, and then I felt even if I finish it, the scarf will be too short. So if it's too short, then it won't be practical for wearing anyway. So I really had this much to finish, because the pattern it starts with an X formed from brioche, then it's plain brioche, and then it has the X again. So I started on the X while I was on my vacation. And unfortunately, I snagged, somehow I pulled the yarn, but it got blocked somewhere, and then I had 2 rows of brioche with those increases and decreases like exposed to the world, and I did not know how to fix it at all. I got so frustrated that I decided this is the last straw. I just did not enjoy working on it. That's why it took me so long. I also did not enjoy that it had like the shape of the scarf. I got bored by the short rows, back and forth. So so I told my husband that I asked him to help me with winding the yarn back, and I was just ripping everything, and I told him we won't go to eat breakfast until I'm finished with it, because I thought if I stop, then I will regret my deed. But if I just go through with it, it will be over. So yeah, I got a bit emotional there. And actually I decided to trade this yarn away because I thought it just something was not right there, and I don't want to force myself to work on something I'm not enjoying, because it's supposed to be fun, right? However, thanks to this project, I got really familiar with basic brioche, so that's a great plus, I think. Only fixing brioche is a bit tricky. So, especially if you already have this portion of increases and decreases, and it's not really clear what you're supposed to do, then it's a bit stressful still for me. But hey, I'm still a beginner in brioche. So yeah, sad but necessary. Then I worked a lot, slowly, but I feel like I worked a lot on this project. On my summer top, and it's Asagi by Bristol Ivy, and I have this much done. So yeah, it's not that much. It's from here to there, but yeah, I enjoy working on this. I'm using 3.5mm needles, Knit Pro interchangeables, which is US size 4. And the yarn, and a tag. Okay, the yarn again is Queen of Pearls in the on the ballista base in a Siren Song colorway, and these are those huge 150 gram skeins, so it's 600 meters per skein. And I have this much left from the first skein, and I have already caked the next one. And I'm thinking, because I'm not knitting from 2 skeins at the same time, so since even though I believe it's the same dye lot, you know, it's hand-dyed yarn, so everything's possible. So to avoid, you know, these like really distinct border between 2 skeins, I'm planning to start interchanging the skeins close to the end of this, but I'm also planning to save some of this for finishing, because there will be some finishing of the sleeves and of the yoke. So I think it would be smart to keep the same exactly same skein for the additional touches here. So that's my plan. I hope it goes well. And this project is living in this beautiful bag by my lovely viewer, Auntie Marta, and it's awesome. I just love how this single leaf just appears here and there. There you have this empty space. It's just awesome. So yeah, I'm partaking in a knit along by Anna from Dunkelgrün podcast and Celeste from Yarn to Table. They are co-hosting a summer garment knit along, so I hope to make it, because I believe I still have over a month. It's still the end of August. You should check it out because it's exciting. And yeah, I have one more project, because once I frogged my sadly departed scarf, I just wanted to cast on something to comfort myself, right? Because you need sometimes something like that. Oh, delicious. So I cast on a pair of socks for myself, of course. So I'm just here, a bit after the toes. And they will be my favorite type of socks, meaning plain vanilla, but with contrasting heels, toes and cuffs, because it's fun. And the yarn that I'm using is, I have these leftovers from my Mercury socks, and this is my hand-dyed yarn, Wolff&Schafe Belladonna, which is merino nylon cashmere blend. So quite luxurious for socks, but hey, why not? And the colorway is Turquoise Delight. So it's this pale turquoise with suggestions, subtle suggestions of a bit of pale peach or rust here and there, and I love it because it knits up like this, and you have these really subtle spots of other color, and sometimes a bit bolder, but mostly not. And this yarn, you can see maybe that it's a bit thinner than this one. It's actually surprisingly thin. When I bought it, I did not expect that. It's, oh, the camera got blown up completely. But yeah, those spots, you can see it's the golden sparkle added there. And it's the yarn by Lang Yarn, so it's, well, they are known internationally, but they are a Swiss company. Lang Yarns, and it's Mille Colori socks and lace looks superwash. Right? Right, and the colorway is, I never know which one of these. Some of these numbers, I think I was sharing them some episodes ago when I bought this yarn, but they simply did not explain which of the numbers is. I think this should be the dye lot and this should be the colorway, but I'm not exactly sure. So yeah, it's where is it? It's 73% wool, 25% polyamide, which means nylon basically, and 2% polyester, and I believe that means these golden sparkles here. And the first time I saw this yarn, I loved the colorway, but I was hesitant to buy it because it's supposed to be sock yarn, but it's a single ply yarn, which means it might pill really easily. But then I saw it the second time in the store and then I gave in. So I will see how it all works out. As I said, the yarn is quite thin. I think they will be a bit like nice and airy socks for more chilly days in summer maybe. And yeah, I just, you know me, those of you who know me, that I love those bold contrasts. They just make me happy. So I thought they would look great, these two colors. So yeah, and I'm knitting on my Chaogu 2.5 millimeter needles, which is US size 1.5, on this long red cable. And they live in this cute project bag by Molly Klein Design. Unicorns. So yeah, so I think this is it for knitting this week. And I did some spinning, but not too much because I was mostly away. I did not take my spindle with me. I just did a small progress on my Spin City single. Yeah, it's a pretty bat that has those additional also sparkle, because I love sparkle. And it has navy blue and turquoise and blue, and it also, I don't know if you can see it, it has some gold and orange as well. So it's very glorious, and it has really long staple length, so it's not difficult to spin it. And my other project, I did do some progress. This is port fiber, and the colorway is Hot Rocks Cool Streams. It also is spun from a bat, but as opposed to my other project, I'm planning on spinning on plying it, so I want to have a 2-ply yarn in the end. And yeah, It's fun. It's a bit more difficult than the other one because the staple length is quite short. These are very fine fibers, and they also have those, I don't know which ingredient here is this blue, turquoise blue, but it creates those noobs or lumps here and there. So it will be a bit of an art yarn, but it's interesting, so it's fun, and I just love the color combination. I just love it. So this one I'm spinning pretty fine. I hope to get more or less fingering weight yarn once I'm done applying, but we will see, because who knows what happens. And I just remembered that I did not show you my yarn acquisitions, because I have some yarn acquisitions. So I've been to Poland for a couple of days, and I managed to meet with my Warsaw knitters friends. Hi girls, it was awesome to see you again. We had a great afternoon, and I traded one of my yarns from my scarf. I just traded for some other yarn with my friend Evelina. Hi. And it's this. The tag suffered a bit in while traveling, but it's a new brand of Polish hand-dyed yarns, and it's called Fibero. So I fell in love with this colorway. It just, oh my god, it just, between steel blue and teal, and some grays, it just oh, so undefined. I love it. And it's a sock yarn, so it is 75% superwash wool and 25% nylon, and yeah, I don't see any colorway written here, but yeah, it's 420 meters per 100 grams. So I'm thinking some socks for Gleb again, because it's a nice neutral male colorway, but maybe I will just use it for myself, because who knows. So, and this it's really nice and springy. I like it. So check it out. It's I will. There's the address. I think I will try and write it down for you. It's www.fibero, or Fibero, you would read it in English, I suppose, .pl. So check her out, because she's just starting, and yeah, she could use some of your interest. And other than that, I was talking with some knitting friends, and one of them, I think it was Agata, Amanita, she mentioned that she saw somewhere in some online store in Poland, a Polish online store with yarn, yarn with once again, yarn which is a blend of wool and nettle fibers. So I thought, ooh, interesting, and I went there to the page, and I found that indeed they have some yarn from Denmark, although it says it's made in Italy, but still it's a Danish brand called Onion knit, and yes, you can see it's nettle sock yarn. How awesome! And I instantly bought, because when you buy online, you just don't go there to buy one 50-gram ball of yarn, right? I bought 3. So I got this. This is, I think, Kristen from Wool and Vine Yarns and Yarngasm podcast. She would like it. It's mauve. So I think she would like this colorway. And other than that, purple, but also a bit toned down. And this nice deep teal, a bit dirty teal, let's say. So yeah, you can imagine I like this stuff. So these are those 3. I just love these pictures on the label. They are so cute. And I thought that since I usually use more or less 50 grams for a pair of socks, it will be perfect. I can make a pair of socks for myself from only this 50-gram ball, so it's awesome. However, I suppose to be just extra safe, I will do contrasting heels, toes and cuffs. And yeah, if I run out of yarn, I will just make shorter cuff or something. And possibly, since this is solid, these are solid colorways, I will just try and knit some patterned socks, because on a variegated yarn the pattern usually just disappears or is less visible, but solid colorways are made for patterning your socks, I think. So we will see what happens. Right now I have my other socks on the go, but yeah, I also thought, you know, this story about wild swans, how the sister was knitting or weaving, possibly. She was making shirts from nettles for her brothers, so the spell put on them can be broken. So I'm just thinking about myself being like that girl, knitting from nettles. Awesome. So these are my yarn acquisitions. And oh yeah, the store, if you're interested, for Polish viewers, it's called Włóczkowy Raj by Marigold or something. The link will be in the video description here. And now I can mention my sewing plans. So I decided to make a next step and sign for a course that Kristen was recommending. She has this. If you're interested in starting sewing, check out her video about. I think she called it something. What sewing machine I use, but she also explains how she started sewing and what books she recommends and what tutorials. It's an excellent video for that purpose. And she recommended a course by Deborah Kraling, and in this course you make 3 garments. You start with a skirt with pockets, and I love pockets. I need pockets, so great. Skirt with pockets, then I believe it's a top, and then a dress. So she teaches you how to read patterns and everything, so I'm very excited about it. I'm waiting still for the other pattern. You need 2 patterns for this course, and I ordered them from British Amazon, so I'm still waiting for the delivery. But yeah, one of them is already here. And the other one for this will be for the top and the dress, I believe, and the other one will be for the skirt. So I'm waiting for that, but I also, using the fact that I visited Poland and there is this nice fabric store that I like, I just ordered some fabric, mostly cotton. But one is a mixture of, I think, kind of rayon and polyester, and I just fell in love with this print. It's just, oh my god, it's pants! You know, it's more of an autumn print, but I don't care. It's just so beautiful. So I bought 1.5 meters, thinking about some kind of skirt from it. And all my other purchases are 100% cotton. So I bought this fabric. I don't know if the pattern is, oh yeah, it should be visible. So it's a really simple pattern, and I bought 3 meters so I could make a dress out of it. It's nice, isn't it? It's just plain, but it's a plain print, but also a little bit of interest is there. So nice. And I won't be totally depressed if I ruin a dress that is sewn from a plainer fabric, right? Next up, I also bought 3 meters of this fabric. Yeah, dragonflies. Oh my goodness, awesome. So they are black and cream on this cool blue background. I love them. I just love them. And this one is very cute. This one I bought, I think 1.5 meters, and I was thinking, oh, a shirt. Look at these hedgehogs. Again, a bit autumnal print, but who cares? They are just pure cuteness, and I can always also use this fabric for project bags because I think they are perfect. And lastly, a print that I was surprised to see in a Polish store because it looks so Japanese. It just looks extremely Japanese, and I could not resist. And I bought also 3 meters in case I wanted to sew a dress out of it. So, it's bunnies! It's bunnies with plum flowers. Oh my god. It's just amazing. Can you see them? Can you see them? Yeah, it's bunnies! So yeah, these are my fabrics. I got a bit crazy with shopping, but yeah, I could not resist. And they have really good prices, by the way. So because they are both a regular store and also wholesale store, so they have really attractive prices. So it's a Polish page, fully in Polish, but for my Polish viewers, because I know there are quite a few, I will just put a link to their page. It's called, I think, Chameleon. And yeah, and they sell fabrics. Awesome. What else do I have to tell you? I think... Oh yeah, I also ordered a zipper foot for my sewing machine, because when I was buying it, I did not really know much about sewing, to be honest, so I did not know that I need a special foot to make my life easier when it comes to zippers. So I ordered some stuff, and I hope it will work how I want it to work. We will see. But yeah, other than that, only my life segment, life in general segment, is left, and there it's mostly about our Montenegro trip. So for those of you who don't know, we went, the three of us, Gleb, Stasio and me, we flew to Warsaw, and we stayed, like, I think the next day we stayed. Gleb went to work, because he can work also from Warsaw office. He's a programmer, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, we stayed one day, and then Stasio stayed with my parents and a bit with Gleb's parents, because they also live in Warsaw. And we went to Montenegro for a week of sunny vacation. And it was awesome. I must tell you, I'm just really, really satisfied with these holidays. We got to do exactly what we wanted. Meaning, when we were lazy, we could be lazy. When we felt like sightseeing, we could sightseeing, because there are many, many places to see in Montenegro. It's a very beautiful country, and they have really, really old sites to see. So, yeah, we are not under any obligation to go according to any schedule, and that was just perfect for us. And yeah, so what else I can tell you about Montenegro? Well, it's a small country, and we landed, we took a flight to Croatia, to Dubrovnik, which is really close to Montenegro border, and then we rented a car, and we drove, like, I don't know, 20 kilometers or something, and then we crossed the border and we were in Montenegro. It's, as I said, it's beautiful. They have both the sea and the mountains, and what we could tell, they like to do things slowly. So when you go there, you should prepare yourself to be really chilled out and not pay attention to the time flow. It's just, when you go to a restaurant, prepare yourself that you will have to wait quite a bit. So if you're very hungry, you're unlucky. They're really relaxed about that stuff. What else? Yeah, so there was a beach really close to our place. We rented a room. They're called like apartments or something. It was just quite a big room with a bathroom and air conditioning, which was very important because it was quite hot, between 30 and 33 degrees every day, no rain whatsoever during the whole week. And unfortunately we saw some fires in the mountains, like there was a lot of smoke coming out from them. When I came back to Poland, my friends told me, oh yeah, we saw on the TV that there are terrible fires in Montenegro, were you okay? Well, we were okay. We were near the sea, and we only saw the fires from the distance. So yeah, I suppose when it's so dry, it's very easy for the fire to start in summer when it's extremely hot. Yeah, so we had this beach which was filled with people, and that's not our jam, so we did not spend that much time there. We did swim a bit, but not too much. The other drawback was the parties and in the town. So we had pretty good windows that when you close them, they would isolate everything pretty well, but still the parties, like in the disco, they were so loud it was a bit difficult to fall asleep. So they were every day, sometimes with fireworks, and yeah, I bought those earplugs. Yeah, but other than that, we really enjoyed sightseeing. Well, we enjoyed being lazy too, but we enjoyed sightseeing as well, because they have sites with like archaeological finds from Illyric times, so it's around 4th century BC, which is my jam completely. So these lands, they were changing all the time. So you would have the Illyrians, then you would have Greeks, then you would have Romans, then you would have Slavic people who are still there, obviously, but you also would have Venetians, then you would have the Austrians, the Habsburgs, and somewhere on the way also the Turks. So it was, when I was reading the history of the area, it was ever changing, and you could see it in the architecture and in the museums with those archaeological finds. And yeah, we really enjoyed our town, Herceg Novi. As I said, it's close to the border on the west side. And there was also a very old monastery close to Herceg Novi, so we had the car, so it was like, I don't know, 10 minutes drive, but it was up. So it was very convenient to go by car. And it's called the Savina Monastery. And it has a couple of Orthodox churches there. The oldest one is from the 12th century, and others are from like 18th or 17th, something like that. Beautiful. Other than that, we visited Budva, which has also a beautiful old town, and there we met with my brother-in-law and his wife, because they also were spending their holidays in Montenegro. They were just staying at the other side, so we met somewhere in the middle. And we visited also Kotor, which has the most wonderful old town. It's very big for an old town, because, you know, they built much smaller in the old times. So you can just walk in those curvy small streets, and it has so many old churches, both Orthodox and Catholic. Fascinating, really, for me. We also went, on our way to Kotor, we went to Risan, which has mosaics from Roman times, and they were very, very lovely, mostly geometrical patterns, but also one is like the most famous. It pictures god Hypnos, who was the Greek god of sleep, just in the position to go to sleep. But also Polish archaeologists had they did a lot of excavations there, and they found a lot of interesting things, and you can read all about it on the site. So, you know, for me it's just awesome. For others it's boring. But yeah, pretty sights. Yeah, this is mostly it about Montenegro. I will put some videos and pictures at the end of the episode. And other than that, I showed you in that short little vlog of mine that I was taking this book with me, and it's Love in Color at Times by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, and it was so much fun. I did not expect it to be so much fun, really. Well, by the end it was less fun, because you cannot really cheer for the main characters. They are a bit... well, especially the main character. It's, you know, the character is, as any human being, flawed, but this one, he's very flawed. So there are some things hard to forgive him, but everything else was just pure delight. So I highly recommend this book, and I think that the movie is a pretty faithful adaptation of the book. I think so. And so I finished this book, and also when I was going back from Poland to Switzerland, I picked up this book. And this will be, well, only for my Polish viewers, but I can explain. There is a channel on YouTube, also on YouTube. They make short videos about history, not only Polish history, but various, but they are in Polish, I'm sorry. But what I loved about them is it's called History Without Censorship, uncensored history. So they explain stuff to you very plainly and not being very shy about some stuff like murders and sex and bribes and everything, and it's funny, and it's a great way to learn something about history. So the one of the makers of it, he wrote a book which I read around Christmas last year, and it was about I think it was about Polish, the coolest Polish rulers, and this one is about coolest Polish, well, not rulers, those guys who support rulers, so officers, knights and stuff. So for my Polish viewers, check it out. I read it in 2 days. It's very easy to read. So yeah, what was fun about holidays, I had a lot of time for reading, and we also did watch quite a lot of movies together with Gleb, because usually when we are at home and Stasio finally goes to sleep, we are just like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit and maybe knit something. And he's also tired, so we don't watch that many movies together anymore. So it was nice. About books, if you're interested, while on vacation I finished my book that I've been working on recently. I almost got to 500 pages. I did not expect that. I expected more like 400 pages, but somehow it grew. So now I will just put it down and let it marinate a bit, and then I will start fixing and doing some corrections, stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like I've been talking a lot. And yeah, the rain has stopped, I think. So now you can see my material from our holidays. Enjoy! We're riding to a monastery. Hello?
Hello.
It's not so hot today. Only like 28 degrees, which is marvelous. Today we are in Risan, and we will be looking at Roman mosaics from 2nd century AD. Yay! Me loves! It's full of people, and we have shadow, which is awesome. just wondering what this is, because it hasn't been here before. Today in the morning my son decided to draw a flat car here, because I said he's supposed to draw it in this narrow narrow space, so he decided to make a flat car. This is a flat car.